Hello and welcome to Tales from the Nerd. I'm your host, a random nerd slash Kevin. This is my podcast where I talk about the comics coming out every Wednesday. But this week we're gonna be talking about the comics coming out February 12th. I'm recording this on the comic book day that just came out, February 5th. I want to get through this a lot because there's a lot of books. There's like 20 books. And before I go to the books, how are you doing? You're doing good? Okay. Also, let me know in the comments below. What comics were you, what comics you read? Because I haven't read any because today was comic book day. But I'm excited. We're gonna talk about for the first few books. But first, I forgot to mention a book. Now, I mentioned issue 2. I didn't mention issue 1, but we're gonna talk about this book. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers slash Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 3, written by Ryan Parrott and art by Simone Di Meo. The price is $3.99 and this is the description of the book. Rita Repulsa faces off against Shredder for control of the weapon that will change the Power Rangers forever. No matter who wins, the world will never be the same. As the two villains battle, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers must find a way to storm the Foot Clan base to save Tommy as the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles step up to help their new allies in an unexpected way. Now, this is a crossover with the Power Rangers and the Turtles. They've only done this once in the 90s. And this is the second time they've done it. Now, the Rangers have crossed over with DC before with Justice League and Power Rangers, but this is the Turtles and the Power Rangers. And you know what? I read issue 1, I read issue 2. I love them. I can't wait till I read issue 3. I do recommend it. Now, it's in the middle of the storyline, so you could jump on there. It's only 5 parts, so if you want to jump on, I would suggest jump on here now on issue 3. But now we're going to move on to the books that are coming out this week on February 12th, which is the first book we're going to talk about is Amazing Spider-Man number 39, written by Nick Spencer, art by Ivan Coelho, and the price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. There's a new game in town, and the ante is quite high. Welcome to the Palace, a supervillain casino run by the classic and underutilized spider villain Chance. It's got everything a villain could want, including betting on whether your arch enemy is going to make it through his or her latest super battle. Not only will this not sit well with Spidey, but it may crush him. Now, this is the second part of a storyline at the moment. Now, it's good. I like it because everyone is at it's relaxed right now after the events of Carnage and the events of 2099. This is a good palate cleanser. It's Jonah trying to help Spider-Man, but it doesn't work that way. Jonah is trying to figure out like this new world. He gets a new job. It's kind of like his old job, but not really. It's new. It's good. I like it. Nick Spencer knows how to write comedy, and I enjoy the comedy. But yeah, I do recommend jumping on issue 38 if you're going to jump on this book. Now, next book, Batman and the Outsiders number 10, written by Brian Hill, art by Dexter Soy. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. When Batman recruited Black Lightning to join the Outsiders, he warned him of the dark world he was entering. Black Lightning's shrugged it off, but now that Ra's al Ghul has gone after him directly, the darkness Batman warned of has enveloped him. Will the Outsiders be able to free him from it? Now, that's this is part 3 of a storyline. Now, Black Lightning had a death recently, and he's trying to go after Ra's al Ghul because he joined up with Batman. And you know what? Ra's al Ghul doesn't like Batman. So far, I think the story is picking up steam now. So if you do want to pick up, if you want to know where you start, pick up issue 9. No, pick up issue 8 because issue 8 will lead into 9 and 10. And you have 3 books when you go to the comic book store. Brian Hill's Batman and the Outsiders. It's getting more interesting now, but when it began, it wasn't that interesting to me. But now I am enjoying it more, and I can't wait for what happens. Next up, Batman vs. Ra's al Ghul #4, written and drawn by the great Neil Adams. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Deadman's intervention into Chiarosco's plot to keep Batman out of his home dimension bears an unexpected fruit as she delivers a hidden connection. Meanwhile, Bruce Wayne has invited Ra's al Ghul to Wayne Manor for afternoon tea and conversation. Now, what this story? This is a 6-issue miniseries. Basically, if you want to jump on, you should jump on issue 3. Because issue 3 was like delayed for a while. Issue 4 has been delayed, I think by a month and a half, I believe. But basically, it's Batman. He died. He's gone missing. Bruce Wayne is alive though, and it's a whole mystery of who's who. But it's good, and the art feels like it's back in the 80s, early 90s. I enjoy it. Neil Adams. I like it. I like his art. I like his writing style. If you do want to pick up a book, a short Batman arc, I suggest Batman vs. Ra's al Ghul. Not a good jumping on point, unfortunately, but you can wait for the trade, or if you want, if you're like me, you could always buy them off online. But if you have a chance to go to your local comic book shop, go there. Ask, do you have any issues of Batman vs. Ra's al Ghul? And if they say yes, then please tell me which ones you know, which ones you have. But yeah, I enjoy it. I recommend it. But personally, if you want to get a good storyline, unfortunately, it's wait for the trade at the moment. Next book, Batman's Grave #5, written by Warren Ellis, art by Kevin Nolan and also Brian Hitch. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. The Batman is summoned to Arkham Asylum, where he is presented with parts of a deadly puzzle he couldn't see assembling all around him, and he may not make it out alive. Now, this is a 12-part issue series, so it's a maxi series. Basically, Batman is doing detective work, but like he says, he doesn't go into the... This is back in issue 1. He says, I don't go into the mind of the perpetrator. I go to the mind of the victim and see how they react, see how they think. And I pick up clues. And this Batman is more detective than right now than any other book that I read besides Detective Comics, even though it says Detective Comics in the name. I enjoyed, but to jump on, you pick up issue 1. Issue 6 is kind of like the last jumping on point, because after that, it's 12 issues, so this is going to last a whole year. So from point A to point B, but pretty much, if you enjoy it, I do recommend it. It's a pretty good read. It's a fast read as well, because it has dialogue and action in the book, so it's really good mesh of both. I do like that. Now, next up, Batman Pennyworth Rip #1, written by Peter J. Tomasi and also written by James Tynion IV, art by Eddie Burrows and also by Ibar Ferreira. The price is $4.99, and this is a description. Alfred Pennyworth served the Wayne family for decades. Even though the tragic loss of Bruce Wayne's parents, his death at the hands of Bane is the only event that could possibly compare to that of that fateful night in Crime Alley, and it leaves Bruce at a similar crossroads. If Alfred was the glue that held the Bat family together, how will Batman deal with that all falling apart? And if the Cape Crusader is to be truly alone, he might either hang up the cape once and for all, or double down and carry on with this vengeful quest forever. Batman Pennyworth Rip #1 celebrates the life of one of the most important people in the history of Gotham City, while also addressing the question about what's next. Now, so yes, this is a sad book, unfortunately, because this is after the events of issue 77 of City of Bane. A couple months ago, we got I'm choking up a little bit, But yes, Alfred is dead. He died by the hands of Bane. Bane, basically during City of Bane, he warned everyone, "Don't come here, Batman. Don't come here. Don't send anyone. If you do, I will hurt Alfred." And he fulfilled that promise. He snapped Alfred's neck. It's a bit graphic, but yeah, Alfred's dead, and it's hard because right now we're seeing the effects of Alfred's death right now in the comics with Batman, Superman, Detective Comics, also in Batman, because recently in Batman 86 he was saying Alfred, and it's like, Bruce, this is Lucius. It's like, oh yes, sorry. Because they're addressing the death of Alfred. Now, is this going to be permanent? We might not know. But yeah, if you love Alfred, I think this will be a good final book for Alfred. I'm picking it up, but you don't have to pick it up. It's also a one-shot as well. Next up, Catwoman number 20, written by Jolie Jones and art by Fernando Blanco. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Raina Creel's thugs are making a move on the pawn shop where Catwoman has set up headquarters, and if Selina can't stop them, it could cost the lives of the allies she was working there. Luckily, none of them will go down without a fight. Unluckily, Raina's biggest bad may have more fight than any of them can handle. I believe this is a new storyline or this is part 3. I don't remember because it was at a time where I read like 200 books to catch up. But basically, a little catch up is Raina Creel killed her son, brought him back with the Lazarus Pit. Catwoman's like, I gotta stop her. She's getting help with Zatanna. That's pretty much like the gist of it. So far, I do enjoy Catwoman. Catwoman has lasted longer than I thought it would. This and Hawkman has lasted longer. Usually, these books don't last that long, but it's a testament to how good it's written. I do recommend this, so if you do, I guess this is your jumping off point. If not, issue, I do want to say 18 or 17. But yeah. Moving on to the next book, which is Doctor Strange number 3, written by Mark Waid and art by Kev Walker. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Tattoo removal isn't in a surgeon's job description, but when one man's heavy metal tattoos begin coming to life, Doctor Strange will have to make an exception. With the clock ticking down rapidly, will Doctor Strange be able to save his patient or himself? Find out as Doctor Strange gets drawn into the diagnosis, literally. Now, this is a new story arc because what happened in issue 2 kind of left off at a mystery, like, oh, I'm looking for this person because I'm looking for someone because bad things are going on and I need to find out who it is because magic. Yeah, I so far I do enjoy it, but I do feel like this is just a continuation of Mark Waid's Doctor Strange run, which just ended at issue 19 or 20. I'm like, you could have just continued that run, but then again, yeah, it's okay. It's an okay Doctor Strange book. It was a little weird his beginning of the run, but this is I think a better introduction of Doctor Strange in his last run for Mark Waid. I do suggest it though. Next up, Flash number 88, written by Joshua Williamson, art by Rafa Sandoval and Jordi Tarragona. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Witness the birth of Paradox. As a hero, the Flash helps as many people as he possibly can, but Paradox shows what happens when ordinary people pay the price for superpowered battles royal. When what started as a happy life of family and science turned into a nightmare when the Turtles' attack on Central City ruined down from the future, and now the story of the civilians caught in the crossfire will change the Flash's life forever. Now, I think this is picking up a new story arc. Because I haven't read the last issue yet. I'm almost there. Uh, what happened actually? Or was it the books that came out? No, no. Had to be recently. But yeah. Um, or is this? Yeah, I mean, I do recommend it. It's Joshua Williamson knows how to write Flash, so I do recommend it. I don't know why I'm slowing down. Okay, but yeah, Flash, good. It's always good. It's also picking up after the events of the Rogues, so yeah, I think it's a good introduction. Either that or issue 750, which I think comes out next month or next 2 weeks. But moving on, because oh man, there's still a ton of books. Green Lantern Season 2, number 1, written by Grant Morrison and art by Liam Sharp. Liam Sharp is back. Yay. The price is $4.99, and this is a description of the book. The team the team of writer Grant Morrison and artist Liam Sharp continue their bold new take on the Emerald Warrior in a wild 30-page second season opener. In the wake of the Black Star incursion, Hal Jordan and his fellow Lanterns must pick up the pieces from the cataclysmic conclusion. Among them is Jordan's next critical mission: search for the next generation of cosmic immortals. Is the universe ready for the young Guardians? What? To be honest, I like this Green Lantern run, but at the same time, everything Jeff Johns and Robert Venditti has built on, Grant Morrison said, I don't want to write that, I want to write this. But it's still good. I do enjoy it. And you know what? It's a new number 1. And also, yeah, pick it up. But I do suggest pick up the trade or the Black Stars 3-issue miniseries to know what's going on. I know it's a lot of books. But luckily enough, I think this will just recap what happened and then it'll be the book. It's also 30 pages, so I think it's a good jumping on point. Also, if you're a fan of Green Lantern, after Green Lantern, pick up this. Next up, Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey. Oddly enough, the movie's coming out tomorrow, which is for you last week. Harley Quinn and the Birds of Prey, number 1, written by Jimmy Palmiotti and Amanda Connor. The art is by Amanda Connor. The price is $5.99 because it's a Black Label book. And Black Label book, and this is the description of the book. The creative team that transformed Harley Quinn forever returns to shake up her world once more, and this time the gloves are off. Harley Quinn has avoided Gotham City ever since she broke up with the Joker and found a home and a kind of family in Coney Island. But when she gets an offer she can't refuse, she has no choice but to slip back into the city as quietly as she can, hoping to be gone before anyone, especially her ex, learns she's been there. But for Harley, as quietly as she can, it's plainly loud, and before she can say, "Holy bounty hunters, Batman," the Joker's seized every super villain in the city on her pretty ombre head, and the only team tough enough or crazy enough to come to her defense is the Birds of Prey, the foul-mouthed, no-holds-barred sequel to one of DC's raciest runs is here. Get on board early before we come to our senses. Yeah. But basically, yes, I'm picking this up because it's Birds of Prey. It's Harley Quinn. The movie's coming out. I like Harley Quinn. I don't read her main series book because she's already so far ahead. I'm more of a guy who likes to pick up from a story from the beginning. That's not everyone, but that's how I work. But so far, Jimmy Palmiotti, he's the guy who kind of created Harley Quinn with Bruce Timm. So if anyone's writing Harley Quinn, I trust this guy. It's a recommend for me. It's also new number 1. Next up, Hawkeye Freefall number 3, written by Matthew Rosenberg and art by Otto Schmidt. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. As things around him are getting more dangerous, Clint Barton is being pushed to make some tough and probably really bad decisions. Meanwhile, the mysterious new Ronin is waging war against the Hood, and Hawkeye is caught in the middle of it. The web, the web of lives, the web of lies our friendly neighborhood archer finds himself caught in, while have spectacular ramifications when he is confronted by our amazing secret guest star. It's Spider-Man. Yes. So far, Hawkeye Freefall, I am enjoying what Matthew Rosenberg has been doing. Because he's just like, I'm Hawkeye. I'm an Avenger, but I'm also a dumbass. But yeah, it's fun. It's comedic. And this Ronin, it's not Hawkeye. We're trying to find out who this Ronin is. Hawkeye is trying to figure out too, because he's getting blamed for being Ronin when he's not Ronin. Is this a good jumping on point? I think this is a 5-issue miniseries, so it is gonna end pretty soon. So right now we're in the middle of it, and is this book coming out every month or every 2 weeks? This is coming out February. Oh wow. Oh wow. This book is ending really quick. So wow. But for the most part, Hawkeye Freefall, I do enjoy it. I do recommend it. But pick up issue 1, 2, and 3 to know what's going on. Okay. We're only in H at the moment. There's still like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 more books. I've only talked about... God, there's too many books. Okay, Hawkman number 21, written by Robert Venditti, art by Claire Albert and Fernando Pasarin. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Sky Tyrant is on the verge of possessing the ultimate weapon, which would kill billions. Ensuring his eternal rebirth, Hawkwoman is hot on his trail, and she isn't alone. She's enlisted the help of Carter Hall's longtime friends, the Atom and Adam Strange. Will they be enough to stop the Sky Tyrant? How do you stop a man full of rage and steel will? Death seems to be the only option, but their good friend Carter would also die in the process. Now, I believe this is a good jumping on point, because basically what happened during the events of, well, not the events, but basically this Hawkman is not really Hawkman. It is revealed in issue 18 or 17 that it's a version of Hawkman from Earth 3 that kind of possessed Carter Hall when Batman Who Laughs infected him. And what happened was the Batman Who Laughs had the veteran that had the infection cut a Hawkman. And basically what happened is, since he is from nth metal, his skin will fight off the infection slowly, so it would take time to possess him. Or once it did, basically his design is pretty cool. His skin is gray. His eyes are red. I like it. Also, Robert Venditti is such a good writer. The man knows how to write that, and he's also writing Justice League. Also, I want to say about Justice League, I forgot to say Jorge Jimenez is not on the book anymore, which is so sad because his art is so cool. But other way, Hawkman number 21, recommended. Next up, Immortal Hulk number 31, written by Al Ewing and art by Joe Bennett. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. There's a new monster in town. He's cuddly, he's lovable, he's down with the kids, and he's available for your corporate retreat. Yes, there was another Hulk once. The one who made all those nasty threats in the world. But who needs him? The living Hulk is here, and he's going to save us all, or your money back. This is part 1, 2, 3, 3 of a storyline at the moment. To be honest, you need to know what happened in issue 29 Basically, Roxxon has sent monsters, and basically one of the monsters is one of the original Hulk, and yeah, things are gonna go down, and I can't wait. Also, Immortal Hulk has kind of strayed away from the the horror aspect, but it's still good because Al Ewing, he kind of brought back the Hulk from what he was, and I think I'm in for the full ride. Yeah, I do recommend it though. Next up, Iron Man 2020 #2, written by Dan Slott and Christos Gage, and the art is by Pete Woods. The price is $4.99, and this is a description of the book. The Rebel Compliance. All is well. The robot rebellion has been dealt with. Humanity is perfectly safe. You may all thank Arno Stark, the Iron Man of 2020. Don't you feel better now? Machine Man is not coming to kill you, and everyone you love. 1010111111001100110000. Pay no attention to those numbers. Those were a typo. We apologize for any errors, glitches, or unforeseen problems with any of your Banetronics devices. A new software patch is coming for everything. Now, this is a new story arc where Tony Stark is no longer Iron Man. And basically, Arnold Stark has taken over. He's brought back his parents. This Iron Man is new. He is smart. He is still learning to be Iron Man. But basically, yes. Tony Stark as Iron Man is done, and Arno is now the new Iron Man. I do like it. This is a new direction, but eventually Iron Man, Tony Stark will come back, and I think this is a good way to introduce Iron Man, since the MCU is kind of done with Iron Man. You need Iron Man. Arno Stark is here. Yeah, I recommend it. I like it. I read the first issue was pretty good. So next up, Jessica Jones Blind Spot #3. God. Okay, written by Kelly Thompson, art by Mattia DeLulis. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. As Jessica reopens a cold case in the hopes of bringing a former client's murderer to justice, she finds herself caught in the web of a serial killer who seems to be hunting powerful women, and his latest target is monster hunter Elsa Bloodstone. Now, this is part 3 of a 6-issue miniseries. Now, what's funny about this miniseries is it's from the digital series from Jessica Jones. After Brian Michael Bendis left Marvel, the only person who could take up the mantle was Kelly Thompson. And so far, I like it. It's a good investigator book, and I miss Jessica Jones. Also, this book is not for kids. It has a parental advisory warning as well, and my chair is moving. I'm about to fall. I'm about to go to the camera. You don't want to see my face. But yeah, do recommend it. Next up, Marvel's Spider-Man The Black Cat Strikes #2, written by Dennis Holliam, art by Lucas Maresca. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. Black Cat hearts Spider-Man. The Black Cat continues her mysterious crime spree in New York, but will her reappearance catch Spider-Man in a tangled web between Mary Jane and his former flame? An all-new look into Peter and Felicia's fiery passion and the deadly consequences of a superhero romance. Meow! Basically, this is the sequel to Marvel's Spider-Man City at War, and this is a sequel to which is part of the Gameverse, like Spider-Man and the Marvel's Avengers line, which is including Iron Man, Thor, and Hulk that just came out. Now, I'm not saying the Marvel's Avengers are connected, but this is part of the Gameverse. It might be connected, but we don't know until they say they are. But basically, this Spider-Man book is fun. Now, I do believe this is part of the DLC, so this is just retelling the DLC. I played the DLC, I enjoy it, so I kind of a hypocrite because I didn't like that they just retold the City at War, but they retell this, and it's actually I like. I like this retelling. Sorry, it's like 11:30 right now. Okay, but moving on. Yes, I do recommend it, but moving on. Savage Avengers number 10, written by Gary Dugan, art by Pat Zurcher. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, and Conan the Barbarian set out to kill Colin Gath before he grows stronger. The team up you never knew you couldn't live without concludes, "We hope you'll be okay." So unfortunately, this is the conclusion to the storyline of Doctor Strange, Doctor Doom, and Conan teaming up to defeat Colin Gath. Now, I love their dynamic. Hopefully we get a book with them more in the future, but so far I like it. Unfortunately, not a good jumping on point, but if you have been reading Savage Avengers, pick up the trade, because originally it started with the Wolverine, Brother Voodoo, Punisher, Elektra, and Conan. And Venom, Elektra, Conan. I keep forgetting. It's late, but either way, this is a good book. Next up, Superman number 20. Written by Brian Michael Bendis, art by Ivan Reis and Joe Padro. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. The United Planets is a perfect, beautiful idea that completely flies in the face of everything the barbaric Mongol has been fighting for his entire life. Mongol will destroy the United Planets and Superman with it, and he said something about using Earth as his toilet, which doesn't sound very nice. The return of one of Superman's biggest, baddest villains, bigger and badder than ever. Okay, this is part 3 of a storyline, dealing with the ramifications of Superman revealing his Earth identity to the world. Now, I really don't know how to feel about this book. I try to defend it, but everything Brian Michael Bendis does kind of contradicts what the past has done with the characters. I'm gonna try to stick with it, but I'm kind of losing faith in this book. Not gonna lie. The art is phenomenal. The art is good. It's just the storyline it's not grabbing me, unfortunately. And the thing is, I like Superman. And when I heard Bendis it's grabbing Superman, I was like, okay. I mean, you took off everyone else, Dan Jurgens and Peter J. Tomasi, but Brian Michael Bendis, okay, we might have some fire here. We might have some smoke cooking. So far, smoke ain't there. Sorry. It's not a good book to me. It might be a good book to others. Not a lot of people are opposed to the idea of Brian Michael Bendis. Some people love the book. I, unfortunately, am not a fan of it. Unfortunately, I want to be, but it's not a good book for me, unfortunately. I will pick it up, but until something changes, I might drop it soon. It's been about 2 years since issue... Oh yeah, almost 2 years since issue 1 came out. Well, if you want to count the Man of Steel series, kind of like 2. But yeah. Moving on to the next book, which is Superman Heroes number 1, written by Brian Michael Bendis. Also written by Matt Fraction, Greg Rucka, Jody Houser, art by Kevin Maguire, Mike Perkins, and Steve Lieber. The price is $5.99, and this is a description of the book. Lois Lane, Jimmy Olsen, the staff of Daily Planet, even the Justice League, their lives are changed when Superman revealed his secret identity to the world. This unique Superman experience explores what the identity of Clark Kent meant to those close to him, and what the relationship to Superman will be in the future. All the rules are about to change, and it all starts here. The dream team of writers of Brian Michael Bendis, Matt Fraction, Greg Rucka, Jody Houser team up with this amazing special with art anchored by DC legend Kevin Maguire, plus special sequences focusing on each corner of the Superman universe by artist Steve Lieber, from Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen and Mike Perkins' Lois Lane. Now, This is a one shot. So this book will kind of deal with everyone's reaction to Superman's identity being revealed. The other one's just like Superman's identity is revealed and no consequences. And this book is just the consequences. I'm picking it up because one, it's, I don't know. I might hate myself, but with Brian Michael Bendis writing and also every other writer running, hopefully it's a combination of a good story with all these writers writing it. Like Avengers No Road Home. Hopefully this is kind of like that, but hopefully I'm gonna read it because I like Superman, but unfortunately the Superman book's not for me. Okay. Moving on to Terrifics number 25, written by Jean Louis Yang, art by Dan Mora. The price is $4.99 in this description of the book. Choose your fate, choose your action, choose your destiny. In this special exercise 25th issue, Michael Holt has discovered a deadly hidden enemy, and only a series of life and death simulations can bring the threat to the forefront. But when Mr. Terrific lies to his team, how can they trust him again? Don't miss this epic multi-path journey that puts you, the reader, in charge of the story. Pick your ending, but choose wisely. The Terrific team hangs in the balance. Now, this storyline is concluding the bizarre getting in a time machine, kind of like rewriting history. This will conclude that. Now, I like Terrifics, to be honest. I like Terrifics. They've had a bit of a delay. And what I remember last issue is, Bizarro, Michael Holt just reliving his day. And that's all I'm going to say because you need to pick up Terrifics because it's still a good book. Not a good jumping on point, but maybe issue 26 will be a good jumping on point. But next book. Oh, yes. Thor number 3, written by Donny Cates, art by Nick Klein. The price is $3.99, and this is a description of the book. The Battle of Two Storms. It's Mjolnir versus Stormbreaker as Thor's old buddy ally, Beta Ray Bill, makes a thunderous entrance. But what has put the two friends at odds, and can the King of Asgard convinced the Corbinite to let him continue his bloody mission to save all that is? Donny Cates. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. Holy crap. Thor number 1 is good. It's good. Basically, Thor... You think Jason Aaron... Basically, he respected what Jason Aaron has done. But this is just another level. And of course it's Donny Cates. Of course he's going to go another level. And he's going to expand the mythos of Thor. That's all I'm going to say. Read issue 1 because the ending... Oh my god. Okay, but next book. Pick up issue 1 though. Pick up issue 1. Venom number 23, written by Donny Cates, art by Mark Bagley. The price is $3.99 and this is a description of the book. Venom Island comes alive. They say there's no rest for the wicked, and few creatures in the Marvel Universe are as wicked as Carnage. Face front readers, the seed of next year's Venom event are already beginning to grow. There's going to be another Venom event? If it's written by Donny Cates, I'll read it, but you know what, I might read it still. But yeah. Basically, this is part 3 of a storyline of Venom Island. Venom Island is basically what you think. It's just Venom and Eddie Brock fighting Carnage. Yeah. That's the bare bones of the description. I'm not spoiling this story arc. Next up, Wonder Woman, issue 751, written by Steve Orlando, art by Jan DeRosima. The price is $3.99, and this is the description of the book. Wonder Woman under arrest as she starts to protect her new hometown, Boston, the city wonders who will protect Boston from her. Agent Nora Nunes must shadow Wonder Woman for a day to ensure the city will be safe if Diana resides there. But what starts a tranquil day transform into a disaster relief, and Diana and Nora will need to survive not only the elements, but also the arrival of the three dark fates. Now, this is a perfect jumping on point because 750 was just Wonder Woman issue 750 was just a compilation of stories that gave you the eras of Wonder Woman. Stories of Wonder Woman that were really good, some okay, but they were really good in most parts. It was a big $9.99 book, and also sets up for the future of the DC because spoilers, kind of, we're gonna get a reboot for, well, DC doesn't do reboots, they do retcons. Technically they do reboots. Marvel does retcons. DC does reboots. But yeah, perfect jumped on point because it's a new storyline. So you don't really need to read anything besides what Steve Orlando has been writing. Next up and last book, XMen No. 6, written by Jonathan Hickman, art by Matteo Bafangi. The price is $3.99. And this is the description of the book. Mystique goes to extraordinary lengths to get what she wants. That's it. X-Men. The thing about X-Men, it's good, but you never know what you're going to get with the X-Men title with Jonathan Hickman, because what Jonathan Hickman writes is basically writing for the long haul. Basically, these issues are just set up for what he's going to do, because with Jonathan Hickman, it's a slow build up. You never know all the pieces of the puzzle until the end, and you're going to be like, oh my god. But yes, X-Men No. 6, I do recommend it. I recommend every X-Men book, issue 1 to 6. But yeah, those are all the books that are coming out February 12th, 2020. What books are you excited for? I'm excited for X-Men and other stuff because there's so many books. But yeah, if you want to follow me to my social media, it's all at a random nerd 2016. It's also, the links are in the description on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow me there, ask me questions. Also leave a comment if you like this podcast style. Let me know what books you're interested in. Also let me know what else you want me to talk about. But that's it. Thank you guys for listening. Have a great day. Bye bye.